The reason why I'm so passionate about this subject is that I think that Ayurveda lets you take your power back. It puts you back in the driver's seat. It allows you to start to move into a level of mastery to where you can start to be your own doctor. And by be your own doctor, I mean taking responsibility and accountability for your own health.
You know, I had cancer and I'm not taking the maintenance medication. So I'm working with another doctor on Long Island who actually treats you more through supplements and things like that. And this doctor, he took like 30 vials of blood, and all the imbalances, everything that he's actually treating me for is pitta. And he believes because that got so out of balance, that's why I got sick. I have a huge immune system problem. My liver and kidney functions were like so low, like crazy off the charts. And then pitta is all liver and kidney and all this other kind of stuff. And that's the stuff that kind of regulates and kind of pushes everything through. And so that's really what he's working on. And so I think being able to learn the Ayurvedic part of it and eating better will just, like, this is brilliant.
So this is a beautiful point, and thank you so much for sharing that. How can we eat? How can we use the most powerful drug that we have, which is the thing on the end of our forks that we're dosing on every single day, 3 times a day? How can we use this thing to prevent disease and to optimize our performance instead of making us more and more sick? And this is not to say that all disease is preventable. I know that some stuff is genetic. I know that there are exceptions to this, but by and large, there are so many of our diseases are preventable, but we don't understand what our food is doing to us. We don't understand what the chemicals we're putting on our body and in our houses are doing to us. And because they're FDA approved, we just assume that they're safe. So we're just poisoning ourselves every day. And they're like, why is everyone getting cancer at 45? Right? And so I'm just saying, like, it doesn't have to be a surprise and we don't have to be victims to it. You know, and you are such a beautiful example of this, Kathy, because you've taken what most people would consider a tragedy, what most people would consider like the worst thing that had ever happened to them, and you have flipped it on its head, and you have turned destruction into creation for you personally and for so many people around you. And I'm so inspired by you and by your journey. And I think it's a beautiful example of how Eastern and Western medicine can work together, right? So look, I'm not here to put down Western medicine. If I get into a car accident later on today, please take me right to the hospital, okay? Like, have some people put me together. I think that Western medicine is like real good at Humpty Dumpty time, you know? Like when you get sick, like put it back together. Eastern medicine is light years ahead at preventative medicine. Eastern medicine is light years ahead at treating the whole system, treating the whole body, looking at diet and emotion and sexual habits and sunlight habits and exercise habits, taking all of that into account when treating disease. Right? And I think in the West, we've gotten a little bit into victim mentality. Like, well, I'm doing everything right, and then I got this thing. This thing happened to me, so let me go to a doctor and have this doctor treat me. And the whole reason, the reason why I'm so passionate about this subject is that I think that Ayurveda lets you take your power back. It puts you back in the driver's seat. It allows you to start to move into a level of mastery to where you can start to be your own doctor. And by be your own doctor, I mean taking responsibility and accountability for your own health, right? And not just saying like, well, let me just eat whatever I want and never exercise and never go in the sun and just sit under fluorescent lights and eat fast food out of plastic that I microwaved, and then go to some doctor complaining of some victim-like symptom and ask them to give me a pill that I think is going to magically eradicate the symptom. And this is obviously a gross oversimplification, but Western medicine has a tendency to treat the symptom, and Eastern medicine has a tendency to treat the underlying imbalance. Okay, and this is what we're up to. We want to really start to look at the underlying imbalance. So if you are enjoying this enriching, beautiful content, I want to let you know that these are excerpts from my most advanced course called Moving into Mastery. And if you're curious to find out more, you can head to zivameditation.com/mastery. I promise this is just the tip of the iceberg of how awesome this can get.